Hey all, Tony Bing here. Hello and welcome back to another news update video for Marvel Strike Force. Now we have more information and this came via data mine, so as always with information coming via data mine it means that it can be subject to change. Now we've got a lot of information on an upcoming character, Coulson. I look at his kit, he does look to be exceptionally strong. We'll check that out in the second part of the video. For the first section of the video we've got just general information we found out via data mine, so let's jump in and check that out. The first bit of information we have via data mine then is in regards to potential upcoming VIP system for the game. This is something that could be quite contentious, and I imagine players that spend money in the game will like this, whereas players that don't spend any money won't like this. However, when we get to the bottom of it, they may have a solution of sorts for this. Now if we look at what it's stating, so purchase power cores from the store to increase your VIP level and unlock more daily revives. What daily revives are, I genuinely don't know, and within the text we have here it's not really explained further, unfortunately. It's some kind of perk, not sure what that perk actually is. I'll mention the fact that it's stating that if you purchase power cores this is how you increase the level. Personally, I really do hope that they extend this to include other purchases from within the store. For example, when a new character comes out, you generally buy that pack over buying the actual orbs with power cores because it's not as good value, and it'd be a shame to see players penalised if they have to buy the power cores specifically. Now, as you go down further here, it's stating that increase VIP level to purchase more energy by logging in daily or purchasing credits. Again, not entirely clear here, but this information is coming via data mine, so it's not necessarily finished in any way, the reason why it's not as clear. We then work our way all the way down to the bottom here, and this is good for free to play players. It's saying log in for 7 consecutive days to increase your daily VIP XP. So if a VIP system is to come to the game, it's something that I would really want to see a way for free to play players who are slowly able to build it up as well. I believe that's the fairest way to implement a system, is you reward the people that are paying, but you also give some kind of bonus to the players that are simply playing the game and potentially recommending it to other people as well. So that's the VIP setup, and as mentioned once again, this came via data mine, so it very much could be subject to change if it comes out at all. So let's check out what's next. We then have some information on an upcoming blitz, some raids and also some milestones as well. Now starting off with the blitz, it states Fangirl Gold Blitz, so play Blitz to earn gold orbs. So Miss Marvel Gold Blitz has begun. Battle in the limited time Blitz to earn piles of Miss Marvel shards. She's a great character. If you don't have her maxed out, it will be worth hitting this one hard, not least because it looks like you'll get gold orbs as well. Also states earn at least 3 gold orbs through ranked rewards with a chance to earn up to 12. So that's really nice there. I believe the last time we possibly had the gold orbs coming to Blitz was way back with Wasp, so it was a long time ago, and it was a really nice change. It was an incentive to keep playing away in Blitz even if you did have the character maxed out. Now moving on to raids, this is a bit of a strange change if it goes live, as we can see it here. So it's the Black Panther Alpha raid, so it looks like potentially Black Panther will be moved to raids. That I'm not too sure about. I feel that it should be more exclusive characters behind raids, because raids are something that's mandatory. Blitz, for example, you don't really have to do it if you don't want to, whereas raids, you have to do it, otherwise you're letting down the rest of your alliance. So for that reason, I feel that it's relatively exclusive characters that should be locked behind it. We then have some info on a potential upcoming Blitz milestone event. This is the Chimichanga Blitz milestone, and it will feature Deadpool and Miles Morales. So these will genuinely incentivise you to use these characters, and you'll get additional points for using them to work your way towards milestones. The rewards are generally the likes of gold and sometimes your orange orbs as well there for your gear. Now finally we're on to the Thanos raids. It looks like they could be extended due to the issues we've had. So it states, Commander, we've recently experienced some unexpected technical difficulties with Thanos raids. We're currently working on a fix that will be implemented soon. The ongoing Thanos raids have been extended, and here are some resources to thank you for that understanding. Now we've had the resources, and that's the additional keys. We've had them already, so hopefully we'll get a message stating that the Thanos raids will keep running. I don't need shards myself, but the gold orbs you get from them are very useful. Now just before we move on to the part of the video you've probably all been waiting for, Coulson, I'll mention the fact that I believe this was all data mined by a user called Graphics, so thanks to him for finding this information. So the information we have on Coulson came from the leak section on Casino's Discord, so credit to him however he gets this information. Now if we bring up his profile anyway, we can see his picture there and we can see his tags, and he's got some really useful tags. They are Hero, Global, Tech, Protector, Avenger and Shield. The Avenger one is a tag that needs help, and it's good to see it actually getting that to make it stronger. You've got the Tech tag, which is a really strong tag with lots of versatility, and then you've got the Shield tag, which doesn't require any help at all, and it's the one concern I have with Coulson being very strong and a Shield team is, are we now making the Shield the team that we can't beat again, and then we're going to need a series of characters brought out to actually counter them? That is a concern I do have. However, his synergies with Shield run a bit further than just the minions and Nick Fury, and that's something we'll actually check out now when we look at the abilities. So the wording of the skills here isn't actually taken directly from the skill, it's more of a verbatim, someone's written it down after being told about them, so apologies if any of it reads a little bit clunky. But for the basic, this says chain to 2 to 4 enemies, so you will obviously hit the initial targets, that's really 3 to 5 enemies. You do 230% damage to the primary target, 180% damage to the secondary targets, and then you have a whopping 100% chance for 20% turn meter reduction on hit. So if on your basic you can actually reduce the turn meter for up to 5 characters by 20%, that's absolutely huge and exceptionally strong, and straight away it's got me thinking how that could work alongside Falcon, with him actually increasing the speed meter and then Coulson slowing it down. Now with Coulson getting such a huge turn meter manipulation on his basic, I would like to see him go back and look at Cable again. He's a character that should really be able to take advantage of that, but that's a basic and it does look really strong. We then have the special. This looks to be exceptionally strong as well. So this starts at 4 energy. Do bear in mind any of this is subject to change of course. Now it states that you do 200% damage to primary target, you then do 150% damage to 10 other targets, which is an odd number, and I don't know if the way it's been explained it means essentially just you hit the primary target for 200% and then all other targets, considering we can only have up to 10 at a time, will take 150% damage. The really powerful element of this comes in with the buff manipulation, so you'll steal 4 buffs and give them to Nick Fury. So think about potentially doing that before using the skill on Nick Fury where you can spread the buffs to everyone. That would just be crazy. And you would flip those 4 buffs that you actually steal in Alliance War Defense. So if you've got Shield set up in Defense along with Coulson, you'll steal, which means you're taking the buffs completely from them, you're not copying them, and then you're flipping them. And then it's also stating that you remove all the other buffs, and this just doesn't apply to Alliance War Defense on its own. So it's a little bit cumbersome, the description of it here, but essentially by the sounds of it you're stealing everything and you're giving some of the buffs to Nick Fury. If your team is on Alliance War Defense, then you're actually flipping up to 4 of those buffs as well, which is absolutely insane. A bit too powerful to be honest by the sounds of it, but again this could be subject to change, and I'm hoping he does get tuned down a little bit, as strange as that may sound. Now let's check out the ultimate. We then have another insanely strong looking skill with the ultimate here. So this one would start with 5 energy. You cast defense down on the primary enemy. You then call for 2 assists from non-summons, so 2 assists with the character having defense down, and also you can see if they're shield you give them a fence up, so this sounds like a way to potentially one-shot a character. You also provide your team with deflect, and then you do 280% damage to everyone as well. This looks absolutely bonkers. Now I will mention the fact that this doesn't only apply to shield minions. You can see at the moment it's stating if it's shield you give a fence up, so I'm hoping that's the case. It will add a little bit of variety. It could make the likes of, let's see, Black Widow and Hawkeye and Quake fit in and be a bit stronger. However, I'm still a little bit put off by how powerful this will be if you were to use it alongside shield minions, because I'm going to say it again, they don't need a buff at all. But that's the ultimate, so let's have a look at the passive. We finish off here with another skill that in its current iteration looks to be really strong. So with this, it's a passive of course, you have an assist chance of 20% in all shield ally attacks, so it's not just minions, once again applying to the likes of Hawkeye, Quake and Black Widow. When Nick Fury is attacked, you gain counter attack, shield allies gain an additional 10% health. In Alliance War defense, you give taunt on security when Nick Fury's attacked. That could be a complete pain in the ass. Really don't like the sounds of that. It could be really difficult to work around. Also with Alliance War, there is a 20% chance per shield ally to assist on non-damaging attacks. So as it states here, this is a bit like Punisher's attack. Now, what's interesting to note is this is different from the initial 20% chance at the top. You can see that's on all shield ally attacks, whereas the Alliance War buff, which would go up to 80% maximum because you could have 4 other shield characters, then this one here would provide 80% chance to assist on non-damaging attacks like Nick Fury calling in summons as an example there, or the shield operative even healing up. So that's the kit for Coulson. I will stress the fact that this came via a leak, so there's a very high chance it could change in its current format. I would say that it looks too strong. And again, I know some people may find that a strange thing to say because they want strong characters in the game, but you have to remember you also be going up against these characters, and I wouldn't like to see a situation where we have us having the next set of releases all based around countering Shield and Coulson. I wouldn't want to go back to that again, but he looks interesting, but he does look exceptionally strong. So let me know in the comments below what you think of his kit and the rest of the news we've found via Datamine, and as always, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.